I'm going to share a little story with everyone because I was reminded of it from just a lady I've done some sessions with and worked with a little bit. And so anybody who has had, any of you who've had sessions with me know that I say or sometimes I'll just say, reach out and go, thinking about you, don't know why, or hey, I saw this and I thought of you, or, just I got a little ping or had a dream about you. And there's nothing else with it. Like when I am receiving messages, I'm in a neutral place. So neutral place meaning, sometimes we always hear these things about like brushing our teeth, or we're like stirring something and we go off into that liminal place and something, a message comes in or whatever. And I don't, when they're not for me, like I'm not a person who's like, oh, I want to know, I want to know what's going on with this person or whatever. But the story I want to share with everybody is how I came to do this and to it to be just part of who I am. And some people are maybe, and I know there have been people who are like this, this person, maybe Maria's like Snoopy or Maria's whatever. And it's like, I don't fucking care what people are saying. Anyway, oh, look at this. This is the message for everybody today. Look how wonderful that looks. Okay, so the story. So it was, so my son just turned 24. So it would have been it would be almost 24 years ago. He was a baby, maybe 3 months old. I know he was maybe a little bit older. I had my photography business, so it would have been 20. So anyway, and I was just marketing my business. I was at my hometown at a craft sale there. And there was this little lady sitting off on the side on this little table. And I'd never seen her before. And she was offering tea leaf readings. And she had it written on a bristle board thing and whatever. She was using styrofoam cups. And she had red rose, a box of red rose tea. And a little box, and she took, so I had this reading with her, and so she rips off the top, she pours the hot water, or she rips off the top, she puts some of the red rose tea in the water, and she stirs it up, and she's like, here you go, drink this, and it's like kind of gritty in the teeth, and whatever. So anyway, there were things that came up in there that I was like, I remember her saying, you're going to have 4 children. I see 4 children. And I was like, no, I'm not having 4 children. I have 3. That's it. My husband's had a vasectomy. Like, this is not happening. She's like, no, definitely 4 children here. And, well, for any of you who know me, know I have 4 children and my youngest is 10 and a half right now. So this is just another thing. If you don't know what people are seeing in the timelines or how you're, everybody works in different ways. So anyway, I'm not going to drag this on. I'll make it quick. I saw her a few times over the years, but in that time, she had said to me before, she said, can I have your phone number? Can you write it down? I wrote it down on a little piece of paper for her, my name. She said, if I ever think of you, or I'm shown, she had a thick Norwegian accent. And she's like, if I ever think of you or feel like you need healing, I will call you. And this is back in the day. There were there were cell phones, but there definitely was not like texting or anything like that. At least not this, yeah. So fast forward a few months, whatever. Or however long it was, I was in the hospital I had a surgery. I had to be overnight. And my husband said when he came to pick me up, there was a message on the machine from, I can't even remember the lady's name. We'll call her Rose. There's a message on the machine from a Rose saying she hopes you have a speedy recovery and she's sending you healing. And I was like, I remember laying in the car and being like, oh my God, I'm driving home. I don't want it. But there was this like, holy, like there's this person who I met, like, and is sending me healing. What? That's so, you know, but I was open already to the world of the metaphysical world. I don't have to get into any of that, but that was part of my world already in my early 20s. And so, I remember her telling me, everybody thinks I'm really Snoopy. And I saw her a few times over, in a short period of time, like, in that, when I was in my 20s. And then that was that. And what she did for me in that time always stayed with me, because I thought, this lady who I've met like twice just knows to like send me some healing energy right when I'm having a surgery. What? How does, like, what? It just got me really going, right? In here. And so it was something that so you know what? There's lots coming in right now for me to share and say in regards to this, but I'm going to save it maybe for another video or time. This card I went to move a deck and this one was sitting on the bottom, so I figure I don't know what this says, but look isn't that beautiful card? This is a Sean Leonard deck. It says Earth's Core Sacred Fire, Beginnings. So maybe I will say this. Where is that sacred fire within you? And know that it's the beginning of new things for you. This is a completeness message. Has nothing to do with what at least I don't know. If any of you are picking up something off of this card that has to do with what I'm sharing, please drop an emoji, say something, whatever, in the comments, because we all see and sense different things, and the way messages come through for each of us is different. It's some people, it's all similar and there's groups of things, but we are all individual. And part of this is what I'm sharing here is, as we age, as for me, and being, in the beginnings of menopause, it's this really like this calling to go in and understand yourself. And that has been my outlook and my way of learning for, all my life. You guys know 4-H, learn to do by doing. That's me. But really for all of you who are wanting to, or who are in the middle of developing your own intuitive we'll say practice, or your own connection of with your body, and understanding how the body, mind, spirit all work together, and to build that balance or that cohesiveness among them. We have to get to know ourselves. We need to listen to these things, some of these messages, these pings, these nudges. And they're meant to be neutral. They're meant to, I had a lady, the reason that what's prompting this, and why I was thinking about this little old lady, like tea leaf reader, Norwegian lady, is because I sent one of my ping messages to a lady, and I think I said that in the beginning, but she was like, oh, hey, are you reaching out because you saw that there was this and this coming and I should be like prepared for that? And she was a little worried, like, can you, and I'm like, whoa. You're thinking about something that you're meant to just receive and be like, I don't know, there's healing here, there's a message here, there's a whatever it is, even if it's, hey, I'm thinking about you. I believe, this is my belief, this is what I have formed from my own inner knowing, doing, practice, going within, that sometimes those messages I have sent, and I'm like, I have sent messages like this to people over the years. I've received messages back from people that I barely know saying, oh my God, this was timely. I was in such a deep space. It's happened on numerous occasions where people were contemplating their own lives, where people were in a really dark place, where people were trying to make a decision, where people were super excited about something. Oh my God, I just bought the house that we were talking about like a year ago. Or, you know, like, don't put an idea on sometimes why someone's reaching out or why there's some, like, really sit and put it in your heart, and don't, sometimes we just have to believe things as they are and not try to attach any other value to it, anything else to it other than, I've received some positive vibes from someone, and I am going to receive them and allow them to go wherever they're meant to go. And I'm going to observe how I feel today, what's going on with me, do a check-in and say, what are the things that I need for me? Or what is this awakening in me? And if it's bringing up a feeling of, oh my God, this lady reached out, maybe there's something going wrong, or maybe there's this, or maybe there's that. Maybe that's the opportunity for you to go, okay, I'm overreacting here about something, or maybe I'm not overreacting. It's just bringing up something else that I need to sit with, or I need to go within, and just allow it to be. All right. So there you go, you guys. There's a little story, and share, or not share. I just mean, what are we doing here? We're liking. If you want to comment, that's awesome. I love comments. And take care.